Yo, yo, yo. Thanks for tuning in to the second episode of J Talks Crypto. And like I said, I got a lot of surprises in store for you guys. I'm not really just trying to really do this channel for money. I'm trying to give back to just a whole bunch of new people and actually teach you guys about something. And that's what I love the most about all of these projects that I'm going to show you guys. I plan on doing a couple of airdrops, doing a couple of giveaways, because I believe in decentralization. I believe in people setting up their wallets and securing their keys and just actually, doing things right from at least a little bit right from a security perspective. It's cooler to have your keys than to it's cooler. I don't know. It's just cooler to me. It's so much cooler to custody your own keys and keep your own stuff in like either cold storage or even a hot wallet. At least if someone hacks your hot wallet, that's on you. You know, rather than like if someone hacks BlockFi or something, it's just different. Um, I don't know. That's my perspective on it. So I want to go over this project called B20, and I'm going to be giving away one of these to my first 20 subscribers. 20 B20, and I'm going to tell you guys why I like this project, why I think it's cool, why it means a lot to me, and why I'm going to be doing a couple of airdrops for y'all with this. And yeah, so if you are not familiar with the NFT craze, NFTs are just like digital art, non-fungible tokens. That's what it stands for, and it just means that they're like digital tokens of ownership that you can't really swap it because it's just like for something direct. It's just I can't take this picture and change it for this pen because they're just different. So it's essentially I'm taking a digital representation of this picture and the ownership of this picture versus the ownership of this pen, tokenizing it and putting it on a blockchain. And that's essentially what people are kind of like trading. That's my quick way of explaining what an NFT is. So there's this artist. His name is Beeple. He's very popular. A lot of his works have been just obviously going for a lot of money. People bought like one of his just like it's like his open edition things. They bought it for about $1,000, and they're selling for like 150 to $200,000 for something that about 400 copies exist of, and it's absolutely insane. So what this one guy did, his name is Metacoven. He is the founder of this project called, or I think he's a founder of a couple of different projects called Metaverse, and another project called Whale Street, and another project called Lendroid. And what they're trying to do is, I feel like it's very interesting because it's so forward thinking that it's hard to like really wrap your head around if you really think about it, because once you can accept something like Bitcoin as a store of value, you're just saying like, oh wow, like this thing which has no intrinsic value has value because we all agree that it has value. So essentially he was a big fan of Beeple's work, and he decided to kind of like collect all of these because and these are all of Beeple's drops in 2020 except for one of them, the one of one edition. And I feel that 2020 was a transformative year for everybody, no matter what you were doing in your life. Your life changed in 2020. It doesn't matter what you were doing, and I think that's what this guy is banking on. He knows that this is the first NFT, and he feels that Beeple is really like, an artist of a lifetime. Like he bought another one of their pieces for like $69 million. That's like the first 5,000 days, and there's a whole bunch of people being a little bit negative about this token, and I'm just I'm like, you guys are very short sighted, because if you think about it, what is Beeple gonna do? Is he going to stop just now he's just gonna stop making art, right? Um he's just gonna stop. You know, he's not gonna do that every day anymore. He's just gonna completely stop. He doesn't care anymore. He got paid, you know? He's gonna stop. It doesn't matter to him anymore. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he's gonna keep going. I think he's gonna hit 10,000 days. I don't know. I don't know how long he's gonna keep going, but I know that when eventually, you know, everyone's time is gonna come. And I feel like what this guy did is he essentially collected all of his pieces of work and tokenized them, and but he did more than that because he also took like one of the biggest plots of land in three different virtual worlds and built digital museums of it. And so you know, a lot of times people I feel they're misunderstanding this project, and they think that, oh, it's partial ownership of the art, and that's not what it is at all. It's more like a library. You know, if you own a library, in my opinion, or you partially own a library, it's somewhat fair to say that you own some of the books in that library, because you can go and you can rent them if someone else doesn't have it checked out, and you can use it at your leisure. But what if someone then you know, in this analogy, which isn't perfect, you know, just like let's say the book is checked in, and someone checks out the book, and then they steal it and they never give it back. Do you own the book then? No, you don't. You still own the library, and you might be entitled to some sort of compensation if that book ends up being valuable, and you have that sort of, you know, structure or whatever. But like I said, it's not the perfect example, but I'm just trying to use like a real world analogy so people kind of understand what's going on with this token, or how I view it. So it's like you own the digital real estate, you own the structures in them, you own and the NFTs, the individual one to one pieces, they are pieces in this publicly owned museum. And it's so interesting because I didn't really get it at first, but you know, you look at these tokens, and you look at these digital pieces of art, or real estate, and they're going for, you know, a couple $1,000s now, for a piece of digital land. And that's when you really can understand what, like, I guess he's trying to build with this project. It's in my opinion, you look at like what Facebook was doing with Oculus. You know, they bought Oculus, and they were trying to launch their cryptocurrency Diem, and like I think with Oculus, you're not able to even use it without like a verified profile, and they're trying to corner like this VR market. And I think what this project is a response to that. It's like, hey, no, like let's take a project and like let's like, you know, this is a VR play. Like, let's create it where it's owned by the people, and I think that's dope. I think that's so dope. I was recently watching a video by Dan Held, and he was like talking about like the Bitcoin aristocracy, where it's just like a problem that a lot of people have with Bitcoin is the fact that like, oh, you have like all these Bitcoin OGs, and they just have massive amounts of Bitcoin, and like they act like that's a problem. And you know, he made a good point. He said like, who better than to build the future than the guys who believed in this technology and believed in the decentralized revolution. And I think this is one of the very first examples of that. You see this dude Metacoven, and he had this money. What is he choosing to do with it? He's choosing to take something that he likes, and yeah, he could increase his net with it, but why is that a bad thing? Why you know, I don't know, that's just how I view it. It's just like it's just so interesting to me that it's just like now I can say that like I own a part of the metaverse or whatever, if it exists. It's super interesting. It's a cool token. I think you guys should check out the project. I'll put the description No, the links in the description below. And first 20 subscribers, if you subscribe and you have an Ethereum public address, we'll work it out. I'm gonna airdrop you one. Well, I'm picking one of my first 20 subscribers that's not like my family or my friends. Um, I've actually airdropped a couple to my friends already just because I think it's a cool project. I think it's like something cool to give. It's just like, hey, look, this is artwork, but this is like digital ownership. And I never owned art. I mean, I have owned art before. Like, you can see some prints on the wall, but I never actually. I know. I mean, I own prints, but this digital ownership of art feels completely different. Um, and I guess to be able to say that you own a piece of something that's at least related to Beeple too, who's like, his work is going for hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars now, clearly. And I own a part of that, and it's cool, and it's a gift that I want to give to my followers. I kind of like hope that like, hey, like, yeah, yo, hodl this. I think it's gonna be something in the future. I think the metaverse is coming. The VR thing I think is totally gonna happen, and we'll see. I don't know. I ain't really trying to flip this tomorrow. Um, Even if it doubles, like, I saw it running up to like 30 and I didn't sell. I was just kind of like, this is crazy. But I got in a little bit cheaper. And I have a little bit to share for my followers, anyone who actually cares and thinks this project is cool. I don't really, I'm not super into like altcoins like that, but some of the projects that I'm going to be talking about in the next couple of days, they just ignite the magic that I felt when I first got into Bitcoin, and that's why I invest in these projects. I put my money where my mouth is, and I want to share it with the world, and I want to share it with all of you guys. I want y'all to see, like, yo, like, this cryptocurrency shit is power. Like, I'm gonna give you something, and like once I send it to you, I can't take it back, and I'm never going to be able to take it back, and you can do whatever it is you want with it, and that's just crazy. Like, I don't even know you. Um, and that's just crazy to think about, and it's crazy to wrap your head around. And it's something that if I hope whoever I do give it to, they've never set up a wallet before. They don't know what MetaMask is, and I want them to go through the process and actually do it right, and you know write down the 12 words. Don't screenshot it. And I love MetaMask. I love that little fox. I'm hoping they do. It's a I don't know. It's just so fascinating to me. And once you write down the 12 words, I'll give you guys like a little, just like an explainer. It's just like what you really have when you have what you have with those 12 words, because you probably don't really understand the power behind it. So I'm signing off. This is going a little bit too long, I think. So B20, check it out. Metaverse, Whale Street, Lendroid. I think these guys are changing the game, uh, and we'll see. We'll see, right? Time will tell. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hate asking, but that's what we gotta do on YouTube to stay relevant, right? Come on, stop playing it. Like this shit.